and noise. Absolute focus is the art of locking your mind so deeply into a single mission that nothing else can reach you. It's not just about wanting something, it's about wanting it so badly that distractions feel like poison. When you decide what matters most, you have to protect the decision like your life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. Every notification, every meaningless conversation, every time-wasting habit is pulling tiny pieces of your attention away from the goal. And here's the truth. Once your focus is fractured, so is your progress. You have to train yourself to see distractions for what they are, traps. Every minute spent on something that doesn't move you forward is a minute stolen from your future. That's why absolute focus requires discipline. It's saying no to things that feel good now, but cost you later. It's refusing to let other people's chaos become your chaos. It's building mental walls around your priorities so the noise stays outside and the mission stays pure. When you focus completely, your actions get sharper, your decisions get clearer. The work you do has more impact because you're not scattering your energy in 10 different directions. You're aiming it like a sniper rifle at one target. And when you do that day after day, week after week, the progress compounds. You start moving faster than you thought possible, and your confidence grows because you can see the results of your focus. Absolute focus isn't natural. It's built. It's a habit forged through repetition, sacrifice, and self. You have to remind yourself daily, this is the mission, this is the target, and nothing else matters until it's done. That's how dreams become reality. One locked-in moment at a time. Mental discipline is the art of controlling your thoughts, emotions, and actions, especially when everything in you wants to do the opposite. It's the ability to keep your mind locked on the mission even when distractions are everywhere. Most people fail not because they don't have the talent, but because they keep their mind in check. Their emotions take over, they get comfortable, they get lazy, and before the opportunity slips away. Mental discipline is choosing long-term rewards over short-term pleasure, even when it hurts. It's waking up early when your bed feels warm. It's saying no when every part of you wants to say just this once. It's pushing through that last set in the gym, that last hour of work, or that last page of study when you're tired and your body says enough. Discipline is not about motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It's about a commitment so deep that even when you don't feel like doing it, you still do it. When your mind is disciplined, you stop negotiating with yourself. You don't debate whether you'll show up. You just show up. You don't let excuses creep in. You don't let emotions make your decisions. You act based on the plan you made when you were thinking clearly, not on the mood you're in now. That's the difference between amateurs and professionals. Amateurs wait until they feel like it. Professionals act regardless. Mental discipline is your shield against failure. It's what keeps you steady when the pressure is high. It's what keeps you focused when life throws distractions at you. And the best part, it's a skill you can build. Every time you resist a temptation, every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you choose the hard thing over the easy thing, your mental discipline grows stronger. Tunnel vision on goals means living with such an unshakable focus that nothing, not noise, not opinions, not setbacks, can pull your eyes off the target. It's the ability to lock on to a single outcome and let everything else fade into the background. The world is filled with distractions, most disguised as opportunities or urgent problems that aren't even yours to solve. When you develop tunnel vision, you stop chasing every shiny thing that comes your way. You stop listening to people who don't understand your mission. You start protecting your mental energy like it's gold, because it is. This is not about being blind to the world. It's about being immune to things that don't serve your vision. You learn to identify what moves you forward and what keeps you stagnant. Every day, you make decisions through one filter: does this get me closer to my goal, or does it pull me away? If it's the latter, you cut it out without hesitation. People will call you obsessed. They'll say you're too focused or missing out. But they're measuring your life by their standards, not yours. They can't see the picture you're building. They don't understand that every ounce of time, attention, and energy you waste is a step backward from where you need to be. Tunnel vision is commitment in its purest form. It's saying, I don't care how long this takes. I'm not stopping until it's done. It's knowing there's 100 ways to get distracted, but only one path to where you want to go. And it's walking that path relentlessly, no matter how loud the world gets. Because when you reach the finish line, the same people who doubted swear they always believed in you. But you'll know the truth. You believed first, and you never looked away. Relentless work ethic is the engine that drives every great achievement. It's not just about working hard when you feel like it, or when the conditions are perfect. It's about showing up every single day, no matter what's going on in your life. Most people stop when they're tired, but those with a relentless work ethic keep going until the job is done. And then they push for more. It's the willingness to go beyond what is comfortable, to dig deep when your body and mind are screaming for you to stop. This isn't about working recklessly or burning yourself out. It's about building a mindset where quitting is not an option. You learn to treat every day as an opportunity to move forward, even if progress is slow. You understand that the grind isn't glamorous. There are no cheering crowds, no instant results. It's early mornings, late nights, and countless of effort that no one else sees. But you also know that these unseen hours are what separate you from everyone who quits halfway. A relentless work ethic means refusing to rely on luck or talent alone. You might not be the smartest or the most gifted, but you can outwork anyone. You take pride in being the one who refuses to slow down, who keeps stacking bricks while others are still talking about building a wall. You know that small actions done consistently beat big efforts done occasionally. When setbacks hit, and they always do, you don't crumble. You adjust, you push harder, and you keep moving. That's the core of relentless work ethic, the unshakable commitment to keep showing up and putting in the work long after the excitement has faded. Because you know the grind is what creates the win. Resilience under pressure is not just about surviving tough moments. It's about performing your best when everything around you is trying to pull you apart. When the pressure is on, most people fold. They panic. They look for easy way out. But not you. You need to be the who thrives when the threat is at its highest, who steps up when everyone else is stepping back. Pressure isn't your enemy. It's your proving ground. It's the moment life puts you on the stage and says, show me what you've got. When the weight feels unbearable, you have a choice. You can break under it, or you can use it to forge yourself into something stronger. Every champion, every high performer, every success story you've ever heard. None of them got there by living in comfort. They got there by standing tall when life tried to crush them. They understood that pressure reveals character. It doesn't create weakness. It exposes it. And if you want to be great, you can't run from it. You have to lean into it. Resilience means you don't panic when the plan falls apart. You don't let emotions dictate your actions. You stay locked in, adapt, and keep moving forward. It's about being mentally unshakable, calm in chaos, sharp in uncertainty, and determined in the face of fear. The more pressure you face, the more you train your mind to see it not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Anyone can work hard when conditions are perfect. But the real test is performing when everything is on the line, when mistakes have consequences, and when quitting looks like the easiest option. That's where resilience is born. That's when you prove to yourself and the world that you will not break. Sacrifice, for the bigger picture, means making the hard choices most people aren't willing to make. It's giving up the temporary comforts that feel good now for long-term rewards that will change your life forever. This isn't just about working harder. It's about deciding what matters most and being willing to go let go of anything that slows you down. It's saying no to nights out when you need to study, no to sleeping in when you need to train, no to spending money on things that give you nothing back. It's understanding that every decision either pushes you closer to your vision or pulls you further away. When you're chasing something big, you have to accept that not everyone will understand. Friends might call you boring. Family might think you're obsessed. People will judge you for being different. But the truth is, those people aren't going where you're going. They can't see the future you're working for. Only you can. And if you let their opinions guide your actions, you'll end up living their life instead of your own. Sacrifice isn't about losing. It's about trading up. You're giving up the comfort of today for the success of tomorrow. You're choosing discipline over pleasure, focus over entertainment, and growth over instant gratification. Every hour you invest now compounds into something greater later. Every opportunity you turn down for the sake of your goal is a brick in the foundation of your future. It will be uncomfortable. It will be lonely at times. But when you finally arrive at the place you've been working to, every sacrifice will feel small compared to what you've gained. That's when you'll understand. It was never really a sacrifice. It was an investment. Consistency is the invisible force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes with your mood, your energy, and your circumstances. One day you feel unstoppable. The next you're dragging your feet. If your success depends on feeling motivated, you'll never make it far, because real growth demands action even when you don't feel like it. Consistency means showing up day after day, putting in the work whether you're inspired or not. It's the repetition of effort that compounds over time, turning small actions into massive results. Think about it, a single workout won't transform your body, but 100 consistent workouts will. Writing one page won't make you an author, but writing every single day will finish a book. It's the accumulation of disciplined actions that creates momentum, and momentum is what makes your progress unstoppable. Consistency builds habits, and habits remove the need for constant decision-making. You simply dog because it's what you've trained yourself to do. There will be days you want to quit. Days when progress feels slow, when results seem invisible, when life gets in the way. But that's when consistency matters most. Anyone can work hard when they feel like it. Champions work hard when they don't. Consistency is about honoring your commitment, not your mood. It's keeping the promise you made to yourself long after the excitement of making it has faded. When you replace the need for motivation with the power of consistency, you stop depending on chance and start building certainty. You stop wishing and start creating. That's how you transform your life. Not through bursts of effort, but through the relentless, steady grind of showing up every single day until the results can no longer be denied. Blocking out doubt is about more than just ignoring negativity from other people. It's about silencing the destructive voice in your own head. Doubt is one of the most persistent enemies of progress. It creeps in when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, when the results aren't showing yet. It tells you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that maybe you should slow down or give up. If you let it, doubt will paralyze you before you even start. The key to defeating it is to recognize that doubt isn't truth. It's fear disguised as logic. Your mind will always try to protect you from discomfort, risk, and failure, but growth lives in those exact places. Every time that inner voice says, "You can't," you have to respond with, "Watch me." You have to replace the thought, "If I fail," with, "What if I succeed?" and then act in alignment with that vision. This isn't about blind arrogance. It's about trust. Trust in the work you've put in. Trust in the process. Trust that you are capable of figuring things out, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Doubt thrives in hesitation, so move fast and with purpose. Take action before your brain has time to talk you out of it. You will never completely eliminate doubt, but you can make it powerless. You do that by showing up every single day, even when the voice is loud, even when the fear is strong. Over time, you'll realize that most of the limits you thought were real were only illusions created by your own mind. The more you act in spite of doubt, the more you train yourself to see it for what it really is, background noise, and keep moving forward anyway. Execution over excuses means you stop telling the world what you're going to do and start showing them through your actions. Talk is cheap. Anyone can sit around and list their goals, make plans, or promise themselves they'll start soon. But locking in requires a shift from speaking to doing. Every second you spend explaining your dreams is a second you could be taking a step toward them. People respect results, not intentions. When you execute, you remove the safety out of excuses. There's no more hiding behind, "I didn't have time," "I wasn't ready." You take responsibility for every outcome, good or bad, because you know every choice moves you closer to or further from your goal. Excuses feel comfortable because they protect your ego. They allow you to avoid the discomfort of failing. But here's the truth. The discomfort of doing is the only path to growth. When you choose execution, you choose action over perfection. You don't wait for the ideal plan or the perfect moment, because you know neither exists. You start with what you have, where you adapt along the way. You turn your energy into progress, not just preparation. Execution demands consistency. You can't act once and expect results. You have to show up again, and even when motivation is gone and the grind feels endless. It's about building momentum through daily effort until action becomes a habit, and excuses no longer have a place in your vocabulary. The world is full of dreamers, but only a few will act. If you want to be among them, you have to silence the voice that says, "later," and replace it with "now." Because in the end, the only thing that separates the winners from the rest is execution. Execution over excuses means taking action regardless of the circumstances, the mood, or the obstacles in your way. It's the understanding that results don't come from talking about what you want. They come from doing what needs to be done. Most people have dreams, but they bury them under reasons why. Now isn't the right time. It's too hard. Or why? They don't have enough resources. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time. There will always be something that could stand in your way, and if you let that stop you once, it will stop you forever. When you lock in on execution, you stop looking for comfort and start looking for solutions. You stop explaining why you didn't and start showing what you did. You wake up knowing that progress isn't made in big dramatic leaps. It's built one step, one rep, one decision at a time. Excuses don't put food on the table. Excuses don't build the body, the business, the skill, or the life you want. Only execution does. Execution is ugly sometimes. It's showing up tired, frustrated, and uninspired, but showing up anyway. It's making the call, sending the email, putting the work, even when no one's watching. It's grinding through days when motivation is dead and your mind tells you to quit. The people who win are not the ones with the best conditions. They're the ones who refuse to let their conditions control them. At the end of the day, you have a choice in feed your excuses or feed your results, but you can't feed both. You can either keep explaining where you want to be, or you can start doing what it takes to get there. Execution over excuses. Always.